Right, I'm Oliver Nicoll from VISR. We're spatial computing experts, which for those people who don't understand what that means, we take an environment like this, we try and understand what it is using digital technology rather than human eyes and what we use as general sensory things. So, where we came from was games development, predominantly. Then from a computer science perspective, we've also added kind of a technical layer to what we do in terms of being able to deploy technology. We're quite heavily favored by Microsoft. Most of the things we build with the Microsoft HoloLens, it's our visualization tool, it's an intelligent tool that we use for connecting digital information to people in the field or an environment where normally they need to use their hands. So when we talk about skills and multi-skilling, that's what we target, which is connecting those people who don't have the tools down to be able to be connected. So a little bit more information on us. Last year we ran the world's first mixed reality accelerator at Nicoll University. We have people like Audi, Reckitt Benzinger, InBev, who were actually Budweiser, so it's more relevant. They gave us a free beer fridge, which is still use that, some people were running. What we used that time for was to look at mixed reality, the technology itself, and see how we apply the science from experiments into kind of real-world use applications. So not making kind of things that just look cool, but things that look cool that you can actually use. So what Microsoft say about us is basically what we do is we make cool shit. That's their motto. So that's what we do. So what we've built so far, just to kind of give you a little bit more kind of insight as to the tools that we've built to be able to do all of that. The first thing is Vertex. That's what we've spent all our money on. That's what our investors are happy about as a technology. That's where we hold data. So when I talk about this room, for instance, and we talk about environment, we would use this room as something that would sit in Vertex. Then the applications that we've built, Fuse and XR Connect. Fuse is the thing for the person wearing the HoloLens in the field. So if I have somebody walking into this room now and I want to be able to provide them with further information with this from a hologram perspective, that's what we do for those people. Behind the scenes, and maybe somebody who would be in a control room, or if you think from a kind of service perspective, we have this tool called XR Connect, and that's their way of visualizing what the person in the field sees, and it's their way of coordinating people in the field. So those technologies together are what we effectively use in the energy industry to be able to, from a control center perspective, manage our people on the ground, and then actually go and get them to do tasks. And the kind of point of this, and I'll show you next, is to keep this connected. So we talk about kind of the world of engineering and frontline workers. That's normally where systems stop, especially within oil and gas, where we do a lot of our work. So they're the ones that still pick up a piece of paper or a checklist, go out to site, spend 50 to 75% of the time putting the tools down to fill in a piece of paper to pick the tools back up to do the job again to them, and that seems to be a repetitive process. We remove that, we automate that process via using the HoloLens so that when they're in the field, when they complete a task or they go through a checklist, it's automated, it's digital, it's a holographic workflow, and effectively that then connects into the systems that they use. So when we have, as mentioned before, instrument technicians, or we have electrical engineers, or we have mechanical engineers in the field, instead of them having to go out to site and be disconnected, they're now fully connected. So their experience and what they can do when they're in the field all of a sudden is faster. So they can effectively do different jobs at the same time as what they originally intended to do. So you may find that an instrument engineer can also start to do mechanical work. So when we talk about the different jobs of the future, our goal is that you end up having a multi-skilled engineer who can do all three of the different types of engineering tasks. And we support them with that, with digital content in front of them. So this is the technology, how it works. It's always proof in the pudding. I've got a little video of how this works. This is from offshore Europe. I don't know if people are aware of that. It's kind of a big energy conference. And on this video, you'll see this is somebody actually using the technology. So the person sees the holograms and has instructions as they are working. So this is what they see.
May I have your attention, please? Good morning and welcome to SPE Offshore Europe 2019. The exhibition is now open.
Just do the other one. We're gonna fix that. And the green ones?
Right, so that's basically what we do. Now, to give you an idea, that the other person who's watching what I'm doing there is wearing a HoloLens, and they're filming effectively what I can see. It's a little bit jittery because there's quite a lot going on there in the two headsets, and it does slow things down a little bit. But in this process here, there was 24 checks that were completed, and in the world of oil and gas, those tasks that just been completed in kind of different types of engineering capacities would all be paper driven in the field, would have reams of paper that support the ability to do that in the first place in terms of safety and isolations, and those people who are familiar with oil and gas, what needs to be done so I can even start to do this. But then connecting this person so that they can do those jobs, and then again after that, taking those things out changing the isolations and getting it so that it's still being done safely. All of those things are what prevent the people in the field from being able to do this effectively at the moment, and at the same time, that's why they have such limited support in the field. So when we take somebody, for instance, who's looking to get into engineering or looking to go and work within the world of oil and gas, our view is that connecting them with the HoloLens is the type of approach that we should be adopting so that they feel connected in the same way they do in their normal social life, in the normal working capacity of somebody who, for instance, would be in an office or doing a different type of job. And this is the way that we envisage connecting them. So if we take these type of projects as they stand at the moment, that work that we showed you there is quite a comprehensive project that we're going to, I can't give the name of the people, but there's a project where we've got 12 months to do, quite a lot of experimental work actually in the field. This is the next version of HoloLens, which is intrinsically safe. So you will see not too far away from here, oil and gas engineers wearing this on a gas plant not too far away. If there are any problems with gas over the next 12 months, that's not the site that we've been working on. But you'll have men who are 55, who are 21, and there's the full variety and scope of works that we're going to be testing whilst we're in the field. And then we've got a whole host of other operators that we're doing work with to basically get to the point where we've got this multi-skilled engineering workforce that are connected to people like Catch, who will provide the initial training for those people to go to site and do this work safely, who have been at university and actually learn to use the technology alongside what they do, so that they do, if you're a data scientist, you can go into the field. If you are in the field and you want to be a data scientist, the two sort of things work together. That's it, that's the cool shit we've got today to show, really. So, yeah.
Thanks very much, Alex. Fantastic.